What's going on here? Yeah, Jones is going to record an unboxing video of you furry fool, so pay attention! What's up, everybody? It's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy. So let's do this! Alright, that was great. Nice little introduction there with Skeletor and Beast Man. I thought that was a pretty funny little deal I worked out with those vintage figures. Anyway, we're going to jump in to Beast Man from the Masterverse here. So, looking at the front of this package here, we've got Beast Man, Masters of the Universe Revelation. He's got the Revelation look about him, which, just first impressions here, I'm kind of disappointed we don't have the classic Beast Man armor with a swappable head for the classic look. It would have been much better than getting all these extra hands, in my opinion. But anyways, I can only hope for maybe a later release. It sounds like this, in case you didn't know, this line got Toy of the Year. So that's a really good sign for the line, and I do think that we're going to get a lot of alternate versions. They've already had an alternate version of Tila, I wish I would have waited for. And then they've got the Barbarian, He-Man, and Viking Skeletor or whatever coming out, which looks pretty cool. I got those on pre-order. But, just looking at this and then looking at the Beast Man design from the Masters of the Universe Classics, I can't kind of hope but wish that was the figure we got more, but I do understand that this is supposed to be the Beast Man from the Revelation show, so therefore that's the one we got here. On the side of the box, there's a really cool picture of Beast Man, swinging his whip into action. And then here on the back, we've got a great picture of Beast Man, again, with the whip swinging. And a quick little description about Beast Man and what he's all about and what he does. I'm not going to bother to read it here, but there it is on the screen if you'd like to pause and read it yourself. And then we've got the cross-sell here, which I've got all of these figures. We've yet to open up Man-at-Arms and Spikor, which Man-at-Arms will probably be coming soon because I can't believe I held on this long to get that one out of the box. But anyway, without further ado, let's open him up. Okay, here's Beast Man out of the box, and he is looking snazzy in all his Beast Man glory. He's got his nice little loincloth. I'm really digging the design of this figure as far as for the being true to the Masters of the Universe Revelation design. He looks really cool. I'm enjoying him a lot more out of the box, much more than I did in the box, as far as, what I thought my take on him was going to be. He comes with two little clenched fists and another gripping hand and another open hand, and his whip, which I think is pretty cool for the design of the whip. I like the handle and the way it looks. They kind of shied away from the vintage look of the whip. Looks more like a real whip, like the vintage whip. This one's from Origins, but it was more of the Big Jim design, so this one works for an updated look. Yeah, I like the battle scar there he's got going on his chest. And like I said before, I think the only complaint I have is, I would have preferred to have the armor and a swappable head to more have the original look. I don't really care for his little Beast Man braids. But, it is what it is. And I think it looks pretty cool for what it is. All right, here he is. Right next to his brothers there, we've got his vintage brother there to the left. As you can see, my vintage one is pretty nice face paint there, but the whip has seen better days. It's kind of more gone split and frayed, but, I'm still happy and proud to have one. And then over to the right, we have the Masters of the Universe Origins figure, which I really, really love this figure. He has the bright colors and he pops. He does the nod to the vintage look while with the updated toy features. And I think this is the more favorite of mine as far as the look of the Beast Man goes. But yeah, this new one, he's got the 30 points of articulation, and he's got a pretty cool look that's like growing on me more and more the more I look at him. Yeah, again, I guess I just keep wanting for that armor, but let's see what we can do here. Haha, now you see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, would that have been so hard? Just a couple extra little pieces. This works for a presentation standpoint. I mean, the colors are a little off, but I mean, there's Beast Man. There he is. The problem with it, though, is like I said, this will look as far as displaying, but as far as like actually working out, unfortunately, he's too fat for the clasps, and I didn't really want to force the issue because then he might be broken on my Origins figure. But anyways, hey, there he is. Beast Man. Ah! All right, I really like this look with the clawed hands and the kind of out to get ya, there's the Beast Man looking all beastly in the way, you would imagine he would fight, with teeth and claws. And, the one thing I always felt Beast Man was one of the more underrated of Skeletor's crew because, he had the ability to mentally command beasts, and I mean, sure, the more intelligent ones such as dragons or even Battle Cat was a problem for him, but he was able to command some mighty creatures, and there's even times where he got a hold of Man-E-Faces himself when he was in monster form. And so Beastman was a fairly formidable physical brute, but he was also more of a strategic and mental challenge, in a way, because of his ability to command creatures, which, of course, Skeletor utilized. Yeah, and there's something about just having the three of these figures together that's really special. I mean, this was kind of like, the core, I think, of Skeletor's, group here. Maybe one could argue Merman rather than Evelyn if you're talking Wave 1 original release of the vintage figures. But you always seen Skeletor working a little more closely with Beastman or Evelyn than you did with any of the others. Probably because of, either loyalty or the power scale level. I mean, both of them openly schemed against him at times. Evelyn probably a little more brazenly and openly to his face, where Beastman always a little more subservient and cowering. But yeah, there's something about the trio of these figures, and they have that look about them, and especially if you saw the Revelation show. Very, very cool. So very happy to have Beastman. I'm loving him more and more out of package now that I'm messing with him. And I'm noticing as the more I mess with him, the more the design of him doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, I still do kind of want for that armor. Now here's something cool that I didn't even notice at first. There's a little hole or hook thing here on his belt, and I kind of thought this little deal on the whip was more of like a handguard, but if you look, he can kind of holster the whip there, so that is especially cool. I don't think any of the figures before ever had that feature. Very, very cool. Great job, Mattel. That was, very innovative and awesome.
Alright, that was my dad with Beast Man. Next up, we got Man-at-Arms Faker Spiker.